Can't get together the same thing every time.
Happy Monday.
What up, though?
Happy Monday. Monday.
I don't see the video. Is it the right one?
No. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Monday? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor. He writes out all of my prescriptions. He brings all of my medicine in the room. He's in the room. He's in the room. Whatever you need.
Give it to you.
Oh, my Lord. You just fail. Come on in. Tell us where you... I just don't like you. Oh. Come on in and tell us where you're from. If Cedric put Richmond Heights in there one more time.
Hey there.
I'm not from Richmond Heights.
Okay. I need to press this. You ain't doing it. You said press that to change it, right?
That ain't what I said.
Well, you gotta press.
Come on in. Let us know who's here and where you from. What's the come on in, tell us where you're from. Well, it used to be a song about are you really so sorry? You know how I feel like every week he trying to eat. You that's awful. The whole thing.
What?
Open mouth like do kids. Open mouth. Every week he's sneaking cookies. Some milk and cookies. Hey, Lauren, how are you? Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Monday. My husband over here sneaking cookies. I told him to eat before. He always wait till we get here and get water and cookies. And then act like he don't have nothing in his mouth. Just raggedy for no reason. I see more people. Tell us who's here and where you're from. Let us know what set you claim. I'm from Orlando. You don't count?
No.
Whatever. Look, Lauren, I don't know if you have a husband, but don't let him sneak snacks on on the show.
It's my Florida. We in here.
Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, if you're here, let us know who's here. I see the people in the room by the number, but I don't see the people telling us where you're from. Don't be shy tonight. Tell us where you're from.
We tried it from nowhere.
They from nowhere? Mm-hmm. Where is that at?
Everywhere.
Everywhere is from nowhere.
Not from everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
At the same time.
At the same time.
What's that song that's talk about what set you claim to tell where you're from? What song is that?
It's a couple of them. One is where you from? Where you from? Where you from?
That ain't what I'm talking about. It's another one. Hold on.
I know that.
Yes, you do.
Whack.
Whatever. It's a song you know too and you like.
Probably lame.
Whatever. Nothing I do is lame.
Oh, au contraire, corn fritter.
Anyway, come on in. Have a good topic tonight. Quite interesting. I'm interested to see where this goes.
Where's it going?
I don't know where it's gonna go. I just said I'm interested to see where it goes.
Let it go.
Hey, Miss Mildred, how are you? Glad that you can join us with y'all busy schedule over there in Memphis.
All right, Love
Alive, and Love Alive Tribe. Y'all need to get a part of the Love Alive Tribe. She be having some little catchy sayings and stuff on her now. She trying to show me out. Babe.
Show me out.
Yep, that's what show me up something. Don't be like that. So we are going to get started. And she's like, yep. Look, I posted something today. I said, Mildred ain't finna outdo me. No, she's not.
I know. I posted like 3 things on Instagram like 2 days that I ain't posted nothing else before. Or
like 3 weeks ago?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
You see my shirt? Uh-oh, I got. Team Thomas. That's like a bunch of tennis. I ain't got that much. I don't have that many.
See my tennis.
All right, happy Monday. Now, how you pronounce that? Robinho? Okay, you got to break that down phonetically so we can say it right. So when we chanting up your name, Mildred says she's trying to keep up. All right, so we are going to get started tonight. Have a very good topic. It derived from my husband, and so I made it into one that both parties can partake in.
Okay.
Was talking about supporting your man and how did you word it? What was it? Do you gotta do all that? Do you know what? Do you know how to support him? Do you support him something?
Oh, the one from last week.
Yeah,
I don't remember exactly what it was. It was something about support, basically.
So we saw Kev on stage, and he was nominated for NAACP, like something of the year.
Right. And I think internet comedian.
Something. And his wife threw him a surprise party. In that surprise party, she started talking to him, and she was saying she remembered the different times and things they went through, and how when he got fired, that was the best thing that could have happened for him. And how she was saying, people say, I'll follow you wherever you go. And she said, literally at that, I would have followed you over a cliff. And he got up and started to talk about how she, when he didn't have a job and he was torn down, she built him back up and pushed him for his dreams and stuff like that. So my husband, we didn't watch it together, but my husband was having his own set of thoughts after he saw some little meme or something. But it immediately started to make me think about, do I support enough? No, Kev on stage is who it was. He got Kev on stage, not Kevin Hart. Kev on stage. I mean, he had an ugly cry. If you go look at it, the entire thing is
he kept crying.
He kept crying because he remembered all the people that believed in him when he lost his job and when he was starting his business and how he didn't have money to pay them and things like that. So those things were important to him. So,
right.
What did you take from? Because I immediately wanted to know, like, okay, so I started running this through my head. How did that look? How did it, what did she do? What did he do? Like, because even though she supported him, it's not smooth sailing. You're going to have some bumps. But I didn't know. I was curious to know what was the course that she took to encourage him or to build him up, to undergird him.
Well, I watched another, I forget what the program.
Okay, Dominique.
They have another relationship program, and they talked about this same thing. And what she was saying was that even when he was unemployed and she was the only one working, that she still was careful about how she talked to him and how she responded to him to keep him built up and not tear him down, and to push him forward towards his dreams. And I think that is lacking in most marriages. Even if the person is working, it's still not an effort to build that person up.
Okay, so tonight we're going to make this personal so we can walk through this thing together. Mm-hmm. I know when you lost your job, when we first got married,
right,
I did the opposite.
Right.
You ain't. No, seriously, I belittled you. Mm-hmm. I talked to you recklessly. Right. I was disrespectful. I know these things now, knowing what you know about marriage and about roles and relationships.
Listen, and remember there was a outside influence talking about the unemployment that I was hiding it or something. Remember that?
Mm-mm. No. So, you know, I want to walk through what it looks like to support. So when we talk about what's the S that a man needs, it's support.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's sex.
Yeah, if you ask someone, they'll say sex, but it is not sex because, I mean, honestly, he can get sex from anywhere.
Correct.
He can buy it, fry it, go back to some old, blow it up in the store. He can get sex from anywhere.
Well, and the thing that I look at too, when you see certain relationships and you see a guy that's with a girl, I'm like, well, why are they together? Like, they don't really look like they supposed to go together.
Or you smell like she a 10 and he a 2, or vice versa. Yeah.
Right? And it's not because of the sex, it's because of the support.
Right. Now, sex is important.
Right.
The thing about it is that when you ask what is the number one thing for men, people automatically say sex. Men like sex. They like it a lot. But some women like sex, like me. I like it a lot. So
right, that's what I was going to say. Women like it just as much, if not more.
I think I have it worse than you do.
Well, yes.
You say, well, yes.
Yes.
Why you say it so? I don't know.
Oh, we know.
Mildred says being a safe place for our men is very important. Okay, that's what I want to talk about. So the support encompasses being safe. I remember for the first 10 years, Cedric didn't share stuff with me. I didn't know personal secrets. I didn't know personal things about him. And it wasn't until one day he told me that I was asking, when did it change? And he said, you remember what you said to me about when you were able to start sharing with me?
When I could trust you.
When I can trust you in my heart is what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Men have feelings. They go through emotions. They have bad days. They have, you know how we have our days where our cycle on or our is getting ready to come on or we in PMS. They had them times too. I don't know what it's called. Crazy MS, men MS. I don't know what it's called.
Men MS.
I made my own thing up. But in those times, you know, just like as a woman, when you go through those crazy stages, you don't know what it is that you need. Like sometimes I've had a bad day, and then you like, baby, what you want? I'd be like, I don't know. I ain't say it like that, but
yes, you did.
I did not say it like that.
Watch I talk to me. Yes, I did.
Okay, so he said I said it like that. I didn't think I said it like that. But the whole thing is, in those difficult days, we have to support our husbands, support our man. And part of support is them feeling like, once I get home, you know, the world for our Black men is an unsafe place. It's like going into a war zone every day they leave home because they got to deal with jobs and the police and, you know, just going to the store, people think they're stealing. Like people are afraid of our Black men. And so they should feel like after being at war all day long, that if I could just make it home, then I'm safe because I know that she's there. She's on my team, first of all, and that she's going to support me. She's going to listen, and that I'm not by myself. Right. Anything else you want to add about that?
No, not this time.
You just say no?
Well, I was trying to see if there was something to add, and I think I have something, but I can't put my finger on it at this moment.
Well, are you high? Look, you're looking like this.
No.
Bismuth, we don't smoke. We don't do dairy. We don't do drugs. It's just a joke. So,
I love the drugs.
Women. Who do you think sets the tone for the house, Cedric?
I would say the woman does, but with the man's influence.
So who do you guys think set the tone for the house, the man or the woman? He said he thinks the woman does, but with the man's influence. What's the man's influence? What does that mean?
That means that, like you were saying, if say you're having a bad day, right, and you come home and your interaction with the man can either exacerbate that or it could bring it down and bring it to a tolerable levels. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. I think the woman does, but it still can be influenced by the husband.
Okay. The thing about that, she still can. I don't know. It's hard.
Right. That's why.
Because you can have a woman that just fusses, and no matter how mild he is, she on 20,000, and then you can have a woman that's mild, and you have a man that's aggressive and always angry, and So I mean, I guess there's different things on both sides.
Well, there's outliers all the time, but there's
What's that?
A median or a normal range.
Okay. So men need support. I want you guys to chime in. Usually our talkative, but y'all paying attention today. What is it that men need to feel supported? I mean, you can talk, but ladies, what do you give your man to make him feel supported? I know Mildred said a safe place, which is definitely it. Ladies, you can talk. Cedric, what do you think? Men, tell us what makes you feel supported. Because there's a lot of men say their wife don't support them, and honestly, they don't know how.
Well, I think it's various things. I know it could be a dreams aspect, or it could be something outside. Like some women don't want the husband to do anything outside of them. So if it's some kind of a hobby or something that your husband really wants to do, you can support him in that to have an identity outside of you. So
you're saying supporting him is to let him go do something by himself?
Not necessarily by himself. Some things that you do that's a hobby require money and time, and the wife may not be willing to let you invest in that. If you understand what I'm saying.
So having your personal space and being able to do the things you like.
Well, not the things, but at least one
I'm
thing.
saying something that you like to do is important to make you feel supported.
Right, because if you think about it, a lot of the things that you do are things that your family likes or your wife likes, but what do you like? And are you able to participate in that with your wife's blessing?
Okay. Toya say, be available when he needs me. Okay. Now, what happens, Toya, when he needs you and you are emotionally spent? So you're not available because you don't have nothing to give. What happens on those days?
I'm not sure. I think you can be available, but I'm sure I don't know. That's tough.
All right. So Tedra says women can support their spouse, man, by letting him be the head of house. We as women try to be in charge, and if we step back and show support and encourage and build them. Now, Tedra, you done said a sermon all by itself. One of the problems that men have, some men are not able to speak up. Some speak up and they do too much. Some just go along to get along. Right. But there's a lot of strong women. And I'm considered a strong woman, strong personality. But I had to learn that I am still, like, I can be strong in my own right, but I am still under the umbrella of Cedric Thomas. And so no matter how strong I am, I don't have a penis. So I'm not the head of household. No matter how strong I am, I can't protect the house like he can. No matter how strong I am.
No, but in my mind, that makes you stronger, because just being strong is something that seems to be an attribute, but it's not really. Because if you're being strong to the detriment of your relationship, then what good is that?
Well, you know the thing about, someone told me it shows greater strength when you have to submit your will to somebody else's.
That's what I was just saying.
Well, we said the same thing when I said what I said. All right, there.
Said I'm laughing so hard, bro. I know what you're saying.
see,
he understand what I'm
but
saying.
That's why I was saying it take a man. Sometimes men talking men language, and you be like, "What does that mean?" And I know women get frustrated because we're like, "Look,
I just built different," and men understand what I'm saying because it's not that we don't love our wives. Mm-hmm. It's not that we don't want to be with our wives, but everybody has something they love to do, and it's different if you're sneaking and doing it, or if you have the blessing of your wife that allows you to be that person and do that thing. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. You remember when you first got married and you just go somewhere, I used to call you and make your life. So he would go somewhere, right, but I would call and annoy him. And so he didn't enjoy where he was because I made him miserable. Thank God for change. Thank God that I'm not that person anymore. But I laugh now because I don't even see me.
Well, but I don't go anywhere anymore.
You do.
Not really.
But I'm saying, you do. You have been places, not like that. But I'm saying
now, like all.
But I'm saying, but you didn't go out. You didn't go our places back then either, honey.
That was the reason.
Oh my God, you get on my nerves. You're not making this easy, okay? Work with me.
How am I not working with you?
All right, Dominique. Yes, hobbies like fishing. It's like supporting his mental state. Yeah, I know. I said stay in. My friend Latoya, who's on here, her husband loves fishing, honey. He'll pull over beside the road and fish. So yes, I'm finding out a lot of men's hobby is fishing. I don't get it. It ain't for me to get though.
A lot of women like to fish too, actually.
No, but I'm saying like their hobby to go do, like my dad, my brother-in-law will go fishing. Just that's their release, their peace of mind. You don't go fishing, but hey. All right, Troy said, that's one aspect of support. He understands when I am not emotionally able to be there at that moment. Okay. So, Tedra, we were just comment on your comment saying that there are so many strong women, but it makes you stronger to be able to submit your will to your husband. And there's a lot of women that belittle their man.
Right.
I think I've said this a million times, but one of my biggest pet peeves is when we're out. We don't have to be with a couple, but if we are, I'm gonna say something definitely. I can't. But when you see a woman talking to their man like their child, right, or like they are nobody, like, do you really think that looks good?
Right.
But how as a man do you let somebody publicly humiliate you and just stand there like?
Well, because you don't know what the repercussions of that will be once you get home and everything else. Something else I wanted to add to that you saying about being strong and submitting. Mm-hmm. There's I think, art to when you're the husband and being head of household to still including your wife and getting her feedback and helping her feel a part. Then I think it's easier for the woman to submit because they feel like they're being heard. Their voice matters, if that makes sense.
So her submitting to him is
not a dictatorship.
That's what I was saying. It's not a dictatorship. Right. It's a partnership. It's a team. Right. And just like in basketball, there's only one point guard, and he usually sets the tone for what play they're going to run. Everybody get a ring, right, but somebody got to run it. And when everybody trying to run it, like, did you see one year, United States had all the best athletes on the Olympic team and they couldn't win nothing. You remember that?
Yes.
They were losing all the games because everybody was out there for self to take the shots. I can do it. It wasn't a team effort. It wasn't cohesive. It was horrible, actually. I was like, how do you have that much talent and they're not doing well at all? Because everybody want to take their own shot for themselves. I'm out for self.
Well, because that lets you know it's a team sport.
Right.
So the best athletes don't always make the best teams.
Ooh, that's the truth. That's just like sometimes you see I've heard people say, oh, I'm attracted to her because she's a go-getter. She get it done. But a lot of times those women don't make the best wives.
Right.
Because I did it without you. I don't need you.
Or they
I'm
prioritize
strong.
Their career over their relationship.
Right. And then if he said I want to spend time with you, I gotta go get this money. Like, you can do both, but
it's hard to find that balance. But it can be done.
It can be done.
Yeah.
All right. So what else this is the thing. I don't think women know how to, and I know for me, like my husband has a bunch of big dreams, and I know that God has given him those things. But when we have bills due or things, I'm not sure how they're going to get paid, or when things seem to be overwhelming and hitting us from all areas, I don't know how to support in that moment. Is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like, I don't know how to support when, like, I tell you that I support you. I talk to you about your dreams and stuff now. Like, I taught you about how you can do it, but I don't know how to go past that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, so in my heart support you.
You let the worry take over.
No, I'm saying I in my heart support you. I tell you I support you verbally, but I don't know what else to do aside from I pray for you and I pray for your dreams and your business, but I don't know what else to do to make you feel supported. And I know sometimes you don't always feel supported in your dreams with me, but I don't know. And this is just an honest moment because I want you guys to get it. Like I'm trying to get it. What does that look like?
Well, it's like an amoeba. It changes from.
Well, help me with one amoeba, please. Just give me, just help. Just, okay. I know that ain't right, but just help me with. I mean, I'm saying, how can we have a conversation about support and no one can give me steps to support?
Well, but it's different for everybody, every relationship, and even every season is different. Like when we first got together, the support was different than what it is now because we're at a different stage in our relationship, a different stage in our adulthood, our wisdom. So it's a fluid situation.
Yes. Well, I don't know. You know, like I would really love to be grandiose with my support. I just don't know how. And you can't tell me.
Well, I don't want to say, well, do X. And then next time I need you to do Y.
Well, I'm saying, give me an example though.
An example could be anything. Like, for instance, say I'm swamped with work. I come home and I had all these estimates to do. You can, I don't know, look up material costs, help do an estimate, anything. I mean, a lot of different things you could do.
Did you say look up? Nah, that's gonna make you more frustrated. Come ask you more questions and you act like I'm crazy.
Not really.
So
that's an example.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Clear as mud. Nobody ain't writing nothing. They're listening, but I'm not the only one that have the question of how you support. So we're gonna switch over.
They might have it down pat.
Okay. All right, Tadja. Angie just throwing this out there. Maybe when discussing, get a note tablet and help me by writing out of it. I've done that. Listen, Tadja, that's what I'm saying. Like I've done that. We've talked about different stuff. We talked about what it takes to get there. We've talked about steps. Those are things that I've done. I just don't know what else to do at that point. When you get to that point, this is my take on what Cedric is not saying. There is a feeling of my wife is all in to my dreams. She's here for the ride. And there's a feeling of she here for the ride until it get bumpy. And then we got to go back to the plan, the regular plan. I think he wants me here for the ride regardless.
Yeah, but like what I said was accurate. It's like, for instance, when we talked about the money, remember, it's like your friend called you, right? And said, hey, I got $1 million for you. I need you to come get it.
Right.
So you say you get in your car, you headed over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an accident, so you got to go a different way. Car break down. You're going to start walking or get an Uber.
Right.
So it's the same thing when you're supporting the dreams. Whatever we have to do to get to that place is what, if I'm supporting you, whatever I have to do to make your dream happen is what I'm going to do. Just like when we talked about the business that you want to start.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in and I researched everything you needed for that business. And I put it in that folder until you were ready to go.
Right.
And then once you're ready to go, I started purchasing this machine, that, because whatever I need to do to get you to that place, You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. It's like you
So
didn't.
so you showing that?
No, I'm just saying that's an example of what happened. So you didn't have to say, I need you to do X, Y, Z. Right?
Right.
But you said, I'm thinking about doing this. I said, okay, boom. Researched it. I got it ready.
Right.
My plan, name, everything.
Right.
So then you say, okay, I'm ready to activate. Boom. Okay, no problem. Start checking the list off, buying the materials, buying the machines, all of that. So that's when it's like, whatever we need to do, that's what we're going to do.
Well, this is a lot. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how supported do you feel in your dreams?
Well, again, I think it varies. If from day to day, from depending on what it is, like you said, if everything is going well, then you know, if things are looking a little, then you like, hey, wait a minute now. You might need to go to McDonald's and get you a little job.
Oh, Jesus.
Get your $8
Do what
hour.
it takes, standing in the paint, no matter how thick it gets. Yes, Tedra, that's exactly what he just said. You just paraphrased. Yes. But did you hear him talking about if things are good, I'm down.
But you're 10.
But then when things are waiting, not that I'm now, I want everybody to be clear. I'm not saying I'm talking down to him or doing crazy stuff. It's just that it's kind of like, well, maybe that's not going to work. Is not what I say, but I think my actions speak that way. Is that right?
Well, you do say some things like, maybe you ought to put in an application over still.
You know what? Don't do that.
Do that.
She's a ride or die when it's all good. Well, that ain't ride or die. That's just ride.
Yeah.
The die part, you like, now wait. I'm not ready to die.
Well, ride and live.
Ride and live, right?
I want to live.
All right, go ahead.
One that says, I believe a woman supports a man like a rib supports the vital organs. You're going to support him with using your gifts and talents, whatever your abilities are.
I agree.
Yeah.
My problem one is he's saying that when, like, just say if everything is smooth sailing, like financially and stuff, then I'm down. But when things are a little tight or there's some mishaps going on, then I'm like, now wait.
Babe, the rent is coming up, so I need you to get a job.
That is not what I say. Now, that is not what I say.
Can you sell some bean pies? Something?
That is not what I say, y'all. But
at the salon and the
that's not what I say. But I do understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
So, Tedra, I'm gonna be a ride or die for real, not just a ride
and live.
And live.
I want to live.
I'm going to live. That's hilarious. All right. The S a woman needs. Now, I'm going to ask the ladies, do you know what S it is that a woman needs? We found out the S a man needs is support.
Type in the comments.
Come on, in the comments. Tell me what S it is that every woman needs.
I'm gonna type it real quick.
Real quick.
Type it.
So the S a man needs is support.
Right.
Every man needs support. Whether you might not have a big dream, but whatever it is that you need support, somebody that's going to support you, be there with you.
But it don't even have to be a big dream. If some people like working 9 to 5 or doing whatever, just making his lunch or doing whatever.
Okay.
Making sure it's like how your mom always have your dad clothes and his ties and socks and all that stuff ready.
Mildred, I'm gonna go you let Wanda. How you get an S out of communication and consistency? You get a fail. With the S a woman needs. Security is what it is. Mildred said it's security.
Right.
So again, going off of Cedric's dream, his dreams, his goals, women need to feel secure.
Right.
That it's the number one thing that women need. Because if I don't feel like you have me, whether it is, wait.
I know.
I see him. Don't put it on.
No, I'm not. Go ahead.
if I don't feel like if somebody come in here, you're gonna protect me, or if we don't have any money, you're gonna hustle to get it. All those things, we need to be secure financially, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. We have to have security. When we don't trust that you have us is when we don't have you as much. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What would you say about it? Let me go down some of these comments. Communication and consistency. We do need communication and consistency. I'm just messing with you. Safety. Yeah, look, safety is under security. That's why Mark says sensitivity.
Support as well.
Support.
Toya says security and safety.
Okay.
Tedra says sex, support, self-time, security. I'm just saying she need all the S's.
Okay, so
not just one.
So for women,
multiple S's.
Okay, so there's other things that we need, but most of these things that y'all name come under the security portion.
The sex don't.
Well,
self-time don't.
Yeah, Tedra, your sex and self-time do not. But Tedra says she needed in her life, baby.
Right.
Help her, Jesus. So why is security so important for women? Because we think of security, we think somebody's gonna beat somebody up. But why is it so important?
Well, that's part of it. Well, because it's continuation, because all little girls love their dads and they think their dads are gonna protect them and make everything okay. So you want that same type of feeling from your spouse.
Right. Being that I've been on my own since the age of 16, I can financially provide for myself. However, knowing and feeling that I'm secure and stable is a priority for me. Okay. Yeah. Everybody can't provide for themselves. Everybody been on since age 16. Everybody didn't even cut it like you, Toya. Toya is on a mission. She gonna work 17 jobs. I think she's Jamaican. She gonna work 17 jobs and she has
10 jobs.
Hey, she gonna get it how she lives.
Hey, get it.
But if you have a man that does not make you feel like when the bills are due, he's gonna be able to get it, or when some imminent danger is there, he is.
It's an imminent danger.
That's not a good word?
No, that's a very good word.
That he's stepping back. Then, or, like one of the things I know that men would always say that if you walking down the road, the men walk closer to the road. You know what I'm saying? Not that the car can't hit both of y'all. But
what if you married to a UFC fighter?
So stupid.
Then you let her do her thing, right?
Oh my Lord. I can't. I didn't have a lot
of stability
growing up. When it came to my home life, stability and security is a must. And see, now that's a part of knowing who you're with, because you need security in one way or another, but some need it more than others. And like Toy say, hers because I did not have that. Right. So I can make my own money, but I need the security that you got me and that you're there.
Katrina says, I feel security in a woman gives you the confidence to be vulnerable and submissive to your husband.
And that's the truth. If we always struggling about the bills and I don't know if you're going to pay them and you out doing whatever and you're not communicating, then the person tends to be very guarded.
Well, go back to that part about,
I'm sorry, I hit
about communicating. You said struggling to pay the bills with the caveat of communicating.
So it doesn't mean that it still won't be an issue. But if it's coming out in the bills, we got bills due, the account says we don't have it, and then you're not saying, if it was some dude and you're not like, okay, and you're not communicating, hey, I got this going on, got that, whatever. If you're not communicating, then I don't feel the security that you're going to take care of it because you're not even sharing, what's going on.
Now, is that based on past things or just anytime. Like, say, for instance, there's never been any issues with bills, but then you have a perceived issue, but there's no communication, but there's never been a time in the past where the issue has.
Well, I don't know about that, but like coming from a house where my dad made about 6 figures and money was never an issue. And then when I got married and then, you know, we went through hard times and we weren't communicating well, that was rough. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always like, is the shoe finna drop? Is it, you know, like, you know, should I have been doing more stuff? Like, you just kind of feel like because we're not talking. But then when you say, hey, this, that, and the other, you be like, okay, because I know he got a plan for us. But if I don't know that if I don't know your plan for us.
So you just want to know the plan. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
How are we going to figure it out?
I want to see you walk it out. Walk it out.
All right. Teddy says, I want security that when all goes bad, wrong, indifferent, I want to feel secure. And him knowing when I feel that fall, he catches me first.
Right. Right, Tedra.
So it says, that is so true what Trina said. Okay.
Right.
Wanda says, a relationship is hard work and you need to be prepared to give it your all. You need to be prepared to give her the emotional attachment that will make her feel secure. If you cannot handle the emotional aspect, you might not want to take the relationship on.
But you know, honestly speaking, Wanda, most men are not emotionally vulnerable when they get married. Right. We've talked to a lot of couples.
Well, not just that. I don't think that they're equipped to care for another person's emotions because they don't even deal with their own emotions properly.
So, first of all,
that just like on the plane, they tell you to put your mask on first before you put somebody else's mask on. So how can you deal with someone else's emotions when your emotions are out of whack or not?
Or if he acts like he doesn't have emotions, nothing bothers him. I'm good. The relationship good. I'm good. You can't bring two people together and not have some differences.
Well, I would be careful in that because sometimes there are some signs and the women just ignore it. That he's not good or that he does have some emotional problems.
But if she asks him, or is he having problems, or ask him what's going on, or when I do this, does it bother you? And he's like, no, I'm good.
Well,
but if your entire life your relationship, he said, I'm good. You know, nobody can't be good all the time.
No, but this is the thing. Just like with us, can you be trusted? So if you ask me a question and I tell you the answer and you keep harping on that and bringing it back up, the next time you ask me, I'm not going to say because I don't want to go through that.
That's good. That's
you see what I'm saying?
Good. So
you can't say that, oh, well, I asked you and he didn't say. No, you're not allowing him to express because he doesn't trust you with his feelings or his emotions because you didn't handle it the right way. You abused it. You threw it back in his face.
Wow.
When you got in an argument, you brought it back up as a dig. So I'm not going to tell you anything else. So I'm straight. Go ahead on. Go about your business.
So a lot of times the men tell you they fine and don't want to deal with it because they know that they can't trust you with their heart.
Because they don't want to deal with the mess that come with it because you're going to keep bringing it up.
Or you don't want to give them sex or you are acting stupid the whole rest of the time. That's cool. Not cool. That's I never thought about that part. Because I was like, I wonder why so many men, because you know we've had a lot of couples that the men just everything is good. You was like everything in y'all. Yeah. Stephen Wonder because y'all relationship is jacked up. How you talking about everything good?
Sometimes there's reasons for that. You didn't do that one. Patrina said, Truth said.
I did with her that Truth said.
Wanda says, women are more emotional, but men have to show up vulnerable, and that means with his emotions.
But they had to learn how to be vulnerable because, first of all, none of us know how to be vulnerable off rip.
Right.
Because vulnerability puts you in a place where
you can get hurt.
I can hurt you. Right. Vulnerability puts you in a place where I can break you. And you don't want to be in that place, but that's about relationships. When you got the right person, the security, you know that we're a team.
Yeah, but that takes time. Mildred says security does not create unnecessary stress. It's a safe place where a woman can be confident that even when the challenges of life presents themselves, we are a team and we are pushing through together.
Oh, she writes so well, girl. I need to call you later. You just get some nuggets. Go on, Mildred.
Tedra says, said it so true. Wanda says, yes.
Why are y'all giving all these settings so true tonight? He think he doing something because he like you ain't put up what Patrina said. True said. Look, I'm gonna put it back up here again. He think he doing something. Vulnerability is not natural. It's a skill. Man, listen.
You better believe it.
Let me tell you.
Well, because when you've been hurt before, it don't feel good. So why would you? No one wants to not feel good. So I mean, why would you volunteer for that? Well, you know what? I'm just gonna be vulnerable because you hurt again. No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna stay guarded until I believe that I can trust you, that you're not gonna act the fool.
And in the beginning, we do so much damage to each other.
Right.
Some are different degrees, but some of the stuff we say with our mouth are so. Let me go back. Okay, so Mildred says, most often than not, boys are not taught to be vulnerable. They are taught to be strong. Yes. Right. Part of the reason we have these issues is we teach our boys not to show emotion, don't cry, just be strong. But then when they get to be somebody's husband, they don't show emotion. Right. They don't cry. So all you guys is strong shell of a person, emotionless.
Well, no, they got emotions. They just know.
I'm saying they're exterior emotions. Like, I didn't think you had emotions because you just gave me that same blank, funky stare.
I was plotting on you.
You was plotting on me. That's not nice. Plotting to do what? Love me?
Patrina says that 100 was for you, ma'am.
Thank you, girl. I got me a 100.
Mildred says exactly. Go to the next one.
Look, you heard him talking about go to the next one. He don't want me to get too much.
Go to the next one.
So how do you learn to be vulnerable? Because, okay, honestly, Cedric, what year do you think it was that we actually started being vulnerable with each other? Like, for real?
Probably about 11, 10, 11 maybe.
So listen, everybody does not have 10, 11 years to go.
Well, no, that if you break up after 2 or 3 years, you ain't have a chance to do nothing. Marriage is a learned behavior.
But
for sure.
You can learn some stuff early. How do we teach somebody to be vulnerable or learn vulnerability early?
Listen, just like anything else, you can't. They say you can take the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. You can't make a person put forth effort in a relationship until they're ready.
Look, here go Mark. Love him dearly. Being hard is not the same thing as being strong. That's facts.
But we're not taught that difference.
I was going to say, this is the thing, and I can't speak for everybody, but in the Black community, you are taught to be hard and strong, and not that they're two different things. But I don't think the parents know that they're two different things.
But listen, I did that to our kids too. Remember, I'd be like, "You gonna let that so and so be tougher than you?" Because they be crying and stuff.
And now they got their crazes. I don't know what. Being vulnerable is not the same as being weak, but
it's perceived
until you learn what true vulnerability is, you feel like it's a weakness.
Well, it's perceived as weakness because anytime that I can be hurt by something, then that must make me weak.
But then this thing, like if I share something with you, like it's times in our early on, I would share something with you that was personal. I was like, Lord, she's gonna tell us my secret. Like I didn't know whether it was gonna go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because in some weak moment or some moment of vulnerability or intimacy, I shared some stuff with you, and I'm like,
And well, that's true. But again, don't be crazy and just be out here telling everybody all your business now.
Right.
Sometimes you have to throw a little nugget out there and see how they react to it and how they handle it. Don't just open the floodgates to everybody. Everybody's not worthy of that. And
that's true. But we're talking about your spouse.
But
how do you get?
Worthy.
But how do you learn that when you have been taught incorrectly for 25, 30 years?
Well, you got to do what we did. You have to seek enrichment for your marriage and find what things work for you. Like we tried a bunch of different things with the therapies and conferences and everything that we were taught in those different places didn't work for us.
Right.
So you have to try, just like when you trying on shoes or trying to buy a car, you look at different cars, you test drive until you find the one that fits you the best. So same thing with different marriage practices and things that you do in your marriage, you find the things that work the best for both of you. That's why we always say about making your own norm in your house. Mm-hmm. What works for another couple won't work for you.
Right. Okay. So Mark, my question is, I don't know if you have time to answer this or like I want me to send you links. You can go ahead and answer, but my question is, did you teach your sons how to be strong,
emotionally available.
emotionally available, and hard. I don't know how you do that balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I can't even imagine what that balance looks like.
Well,
because you don't want a crybaby man, boy, but then you don't want somebody that's
crying. It's like,
no, I'm just saying you don't want somebody that cry every time somebody look crazy.
No, but I'm saying it's not about that. It's like all you do is when you find a woman that you love, that you think is worthy of being your wife, to have your last name, then that's the woman that you give yourself to emotionally and everything else.
No, you're missing it. If you have not been taught vulnerability and strength,
I'm saying that's how you teach them. We talk about teaching the sons, right?
Yeah, but I don't understand what you said. Got to do with teaching the sons. Sorry.
Okay. I'm just telling you how to teach them. I just told you that.
How you teach them again?
Without being overly soft or crybabies or whatever. I'm saying that once you find that one, then you allow yourself to be vulnerable with that one. Instead, like you were saying, how do you teach?
No, but I'm saying you can't just tell them that. You got to show them in the course of life. When you're teaching your children,
you show them the way you treat your wife, right? That's essentially what they're doing. You whatever they watch your interaction.
Yes, but sometimes they don't understand. So how do you tell them? Okay, men cry. Men have emotions.
They're your kids, and you raise them up to adulthood. It's gonna come a point where they understand, right?
No.
Okay.
You teach to value all emotional energy. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand what you're saying there, and I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We'll have to further hash that out later.
I don't want to hash it out later. So how do you support your wife is what we want to know, because women need, not support, security. How do you make me feel secure, Cedric? What ways do you feel like you make me feel secure?
First of all, you hit me. That's an assault. Well, I think it's easy because anytime you're in trouble, I come and rescue you. You're a damsel in distress.
Did you say rescue me?
That's not the case?
Rescue me.
And for some reason, you need a lot of rescue. That's not the case?
I don't need a lot of rescuing. Well, I'm in the house. We'll rescue that.
Yeah, now, 20 years later, you stayed in some trouble.
Mark.
Yeah, see, Mark agreed with me.
He another man, y'all, just like
that. Mark. Yeah, them brains don't work right. So they don't understand.
You didn't answer the question how you make me feel secure. That is not it. Come on, I'm a damn dressed like I like.
I just did. Every time you in trouble, I was there.
Is that it?
You said how? That's one of the ways. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you every single way.
You should. I want some more ways.
Okay. You tell me how you gonna support me.
By example, whenever there's an emotional teaching moment, use it. Allow them to understand their emotions. And I think that's one thing that we didn't do as well as. Not that we didn't talk about stuff, but to actually help them process their emotions in that moment. Like you said, a teachable moment. But I don't
think we did enough of it.
You are not an emotional person, so you ain't do it.
I did do it.
Your eyebrows went up this man.
I did it.
A lie to take the term. That's a lie.
No, I don't have to be an emotional person to teach someone that in a moment you need to address these emotions and deal with them thus and so. I did it all the time.
Eric, you're absolutely right. And like the other day, our son was having this, they've been in this house nearby the right. He was having him a moment. And we were able to talk and process them through because, when you get,
he's wanting to play the game. But I digress.
Yeah, you cut me off, man.
I gave you my opinion. I'm not talking anymore. You go ahead. The floor is yours.
I don't like it anymore. Emotions are natural, knowing what they are.
Emotions are natural, knowing what they are isn't natural.
Listen,
emotions make you cry sometimes.
We're gonna have a men boot camp on how to embrace your emotions.
Yes, and simultaneously, we're gonna have a women's boot camp on supporting your husband.
I ain't going.
You're gonna be teaching it. I don't know what they're gonna be learning, but you'll be there.
Well, y'all,
instructor.
this is has been a great conversation. Supports and security. Have a conversation with your spouse tonight, tomorrow, and ask them. Men, ask your wife, do you feel secure with me? Does she feel that you have her back, that you encourage her and push her, and that you're there for her, that if there's danger, you're there? You know, ask her the question and be prepared for the answer, and do not react like you mad if the answer is not what you want to hear. Women, ask your man, do I support you? Do I support your dreams? You know, if not, how does that look? What can I do better? If you haven't asked him about his dreams in a while, have a conversation. Like Tedra said, get a notepad, jot stuff down, and then hold him accountable. Go back to him, say, hey, this is the steps. You say you're going to do this, that, and another. Have you done that? And, you know, just women be in a good place. Because a lot of times when men tell us what we don't want to hear, we shut down the hot pocket. We shut down our emotions, our life. We acting stank around the house. Don't shut it all down, okay? Don't shut the hot pocket down. Tedra says she's signing Gerald up. I want to know who's going to teach their emotional class, because not him. This dude right here is not teaching the emotional class.
I got it.
No. Tedra, if Cedric going to teach the emotional class, Gerald going to teach it too. Hey, Janine.
Phone a friend.
Look, right. Phone a Janine. Who you like your lifeline?
There it is.
Cedric, you got an emotional lifeline? Who your emotional lifeline?
Jesus.
Whoa, Jesus. Jesus on the main line.
Tell him what you want.
Tell him what you want.
Fix her.
Fix her. You heard him? He calling Jesus as his lifeline to my fix her.
Fix her. She tripping.
She tripping. I heard the kids say that. She tripping.
Tripping.
Listen, Janine. Okay, Wanda says, God bless you both and everyone here. This is a great topic. Thank you, Wanda, for joining us. Yeah, join us again every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All I want y'all to know is do a report card check on your security and your support. Janine, don't be rolling your neck when your man tell you need to do better. Don't phone a friend, because I'm not going to answer. She be like, Angie, he told me I'm raggedy.
Rolling your neck and popping your mouth.
Right, rolling your neck and popping your mouth. All I'm saying is be ready for the answer that he gives.
Be ye ready.
And be ready for the answer she gives. Wait, I'm going to ask you how you support me. Just tell me, I'm a damsel in distress, and you got to rescue me a lot.
You're going to have to wait till 9 o'clock to ask me.
Why?
Watch the game.
That boy's I gotta wait till 9 o'clock to ask him because he gonna watch the game. The game more important in our relationship?
No.
He said no.
Not even close.
Janine, don't call me out. You know Janine be like, girl, he talking about I'm raggedy. He raggedy. He know he raggedy too. Look, I can hear Janine phone call. He says, Janine, would you do that?
2 pennies.
No, she be like this. Janine, did you do that? That ain't what I call you about. I'm telling you what he did.
They got to do with me.
Gotta love Janine, baby. She be like, look, I ain't call you to talk about him. Me. I'm talking about him.
Don't worry about what I did.
Tell me what he did wrong.
Right. Don't worry about what I got going on.
That is too funny. Well, listen, y'all.
That's a non-factor.
Hey, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent. Go ahead and say a prayer so we can go out of here real quick.
Yeah, we didn't do that greeting, what you talking about right there.
I didn't either. Come on, pray, baby.
Southern Baptist. Body heads. Everyone's. Well, we thank you for this topic tonight. We hope that it touched and blessed someone out there, Lord. We hope that people continue to share this with others. Someone out there needs to see this, Lord, that know that if you try and give effort, that you can have a great relationship, Lord, and keep you at the center. Continue to bless marriages, protect them, keep us healthy from COVID and any other danger seen and unseen. We ask you continue to help us grow towards you. And if we do that, our relationship will grow stronger as a result of that. We thank you for it. We call it done in your son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Peace. Game time.
I'm gonna let my petty be strong tonight too. Good night, gang. Said his game. You know what, Tedra? You get on my nerve. I'm gonna send you a strongly worded text soon we get out this. Soon we get out this thing.
You say you're gonna be petty. How you gonna be petty? What you gonna do?
Come on, I'm a damsel in distress. You have to rescue me. I don't like that.
Okay.
I was not a damsel in distress a lot.
Okay. You say so. You win, baby. Doesn't matter. It's in the past. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Well, how do you do it now? Not in the past. How you do it now?
I'll wake you up so you can go to work.
You don't wake me.
I'll wake you up the weekend so you go to your appointment.
You did wake me up and turn them back over.
Yep. I got you.
Good night. Love you guys.
Make sure you scrape.
Tedra, I'm going to send you a strongly worded text. Janine, I might send you an arrow. Good night.
Listen, she know it's gang time. Gang time.
I'm gonna disconnect the TV from the Spectrum app.
Lies.
He gonna be like, it ain't working. The internet must be out, babe.
It's all right.